little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can...
Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got 1 game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
You hear so many discussions about Dak Prescott. Is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Is he still ascending? What does he need to do to get there? All I know is that when he's in control of the Dallas offense, they were #1 in the league last year in terms of yards per play, and he was 2nd in the league in passing yards with over 4,900. This guy gets it done, and his team really likes him as their leader.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This is Elliott. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
We've had dual-threat quarterbacks in the NFL in the past, and we've had some really good ones, but I don't know if we've had one quite like Lamar Jackson. Led the league in touchdown pass with 36 last season. Set the all-time record for rushing yards in a single season for a quarterback at over 1,200 yards. And he led his Baltimore Ravens to a 14-2 regular season mark, best in the NFL. The sky is the limit for Lamar Jackson.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They're going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be second down.
And there shouldn't be any surprise at all when we watch him flash his arm. Easy motion, easy action, and that ball flies downfield.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. They're going deep for Hill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters in batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it. He can throw it out of the stadium.
They're going deep for Hill. That's caught at the 25. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. The Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing us. Who wants my jersey?
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Hill on the return. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll throw from the gun. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught at the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field.
Pick up for 44 yards on the play.
This is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Ain't nothing wrong with that. From 4 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10. their own 23-yard.
Now here come the Cowboys. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And Charles, a look there at the Ravens draft class for 2020. And I tell you, for a team picking late in the draft, they came up with a couple of gems in the first few rounds.
They absolutely did, because when you're picking that late, you're not expected to get some of the best quality players in the draft, but they did. Patrick Queen at 28, maybe the top linebacker. And then for some people, J.K. Dobbins at 55 as a running back. A lot of people had him #1 on their boards.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards there and a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Tackled back at the 20.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Draw play, Elliott.
Prescott with the give to Ezekiel Elliott.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Watch out for Hill on the return. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Jackson. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Elliott. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Prescott from the gun. This to Jarwin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott over the middle, Cooper with it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensing the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. 10th carry now for Elliott. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 33 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And that one makes it 14-7.